Take your flat 2D grease pencil drawing and turn it into a complete animation with a beautiful background and parallax effect. Stick around and I'll teach you how. Welcome back to our Blender 2D animation series for beginners. If you're just joining us, check out the previous videos where we sketched, cleaned up lines, animated and colored our cute cat character. Today we're adding a background and camera animation to bring everything together. We'll blend the shot, set up the camera, add a simple background with parallax, and touch on more advanced techniques. Grab your tablet or mouse and let's dive in. If you want to follow along this lesson, don't forget to get the source files for free. Link is in the description below. If you're new to Blender or have only used the 2D animation template before, your scene looks flat, like a drawing pad. But Blender is actually 3D. Your grease pencil object and everything else sit in a big 3D scene. The camera is your viewfinder, what the audience sees in the end. By default, the camera is already in your scene. Look in the outliner top right. If not, you can easily add a camera. While in object mode, go to Add, Camera to create one. Press numpad 0 to jump to camera view. This is what your render will look like. Press numpad 0 again to exit. To switch between cameras, press the green camera icon in the outliner. Active camera will be highlighted. Select the camera and in the Properties panel you'll see the Camera tab. This is where you can set up your focal length and toggle between perspective or orthographic cameras. The frame size and aspect ratio depends on the resolution in the Output tab. I'll use standard Full HD resolution. Why it's important? You see, your grease pencil drawing is a 3D object too. Like everything in the scene, it will be affected by the distance to the camera, FOV, or position relative to other grease pencil objects. Here is a quick demo. Look how changing FOV changes the scene with multiple objects. In anime or 2D animation, backgrounds aren't just flat pictures. They're designed to support the story and add depth. Traditionally, artists paint detailed scenes by hand, and if necessary, separate them into layers: foreground, midground, background. When the camera moves, closer layers move faster, farther ones slower. This creates parallax, that magical sense of depth you see in so many anime shots. It makes static drawing feel alive without full 3D modeling. Most of the time, all you need is a static image. Take the Studio Ghibli films as an example. The majority of their shots have static backgrounds with simple pans. They achieve parallax effect by sliding cells with different layers at different speeds. On the other hand, films by Makoto Shinkai often use more complex backgrounds with depth and animation. To plan my shot, I made a simple sketch in Krita, tested it in Blender and only then finished the painting. You can build 3D mockup or just paint in 2D, or both, it's up to you. The background painting is a topic for another time. To add the simple background for basic camera movement like pan or zoom, you can just import the image as a mesh plane. In object mode, in the top toolbar press Add, Image, Mesh Plane and select your image. In the import settings on the right side, select emission. This will ensure that the image isn't affected by scene lights. Set transform to scale to camera frame. Choose fill and it will scale automatically. Press import and Blender will create a simple plane object with the texture already applied. Don't forget to switch to standard view transform in the render tab under the color management to get true colors of your image. If you need the grease pencil object to appear behind something, like in my example, split your background into layers and import them as a separate image planes. Then, slightly move them in 3D space so Blender knows what's in front. Make sure to use desired transparency for the material of the foreground layer and enable Z-Pass data in the Output tab. It seems like Grease Pencil doesn't work well with transparent materials using blended mode, also known as Alpha Blend, at least in my version of Blender 4.4. For everything behind Grease Pencil object, use the blended mode to get a smooth layer border. Now we can make pan or zoom by simply rotating camera or zooming in. Did you know that this video is sponsored by you? If you want to help the channel, consider becoming a member or joining my Patreon, or simply share it with your friends. Your support is much appreciated. To make camera animations, first let's get familiar with the timeline and keyframes. By default, timeline is on the bottom of the screen. If you don't see it, you can add a horizontal split and select the timeline. You have playback controls, start and end frames, and your playhead. On the left, you have a list of animation channels. All the animated properties of the selected objects will show up here. In the middle of the timeline, you have your keyframes. Auto keyframe toggle lets you create keyframes whenever you change something. Let's use it to create a simple camera movement, pan. To make pan, switch to your camera view, enable view navigation with camera, go to the first frame, enable auto keyframe. Now simply rotate the camera and place it in your initial state. Switch to the last frame and rotate it to the final state. As you can see, Blender made 2 keyframes. Now you have a simple pan movement. Test playback. Boom! You have a simple pan animation. By default, Blender uses interpolation for the keyframes. It will ease out and in. If you want to change the way it behaves, you can select the keyframes, press right mouse button and pick interpolation mode. Linear will move the camera with constant speed. For more complex movement and interpolation, you can use Graph Editor. Add a horizontal split and pick the Graph Editor. Here you can customize the way Blender interpolates between frames. Let's keep this for another time. To make zoom, select your camera and switch to the camera settings. Go to the first frame and create a keyframe for the focal length property by hovering the mouse over it and pressing I. Now go to the final frame and change the focal length and insert another keyframe. Test it. Sweet! You've created a simple zoom-in animation. Now, this is great, but it doesn't have the parallax effect we wanted. To make a simple parallax effect, your background image has to be separated into multiple layers. The most common are background, midground and foreground. Save them as PNG files with transparency. Import all your background layers, select Scale to Camera Frame, choose Fill and uncheck Offset. Now, to position them in 3D space, we need to move them closer or away from the camera. One way of doing that is to simply move them and then scale to fill the frame again. Not ideal. I prefer to use a little trick. Put the 3D cursor to the camera position by selecting the camera object and pressing cursor to active. And then use Transform Pivot Point 3D Cursor and simply scale the plane. This will shift the plane closer or further from the camera while remaining visually the same in the camera frame. Now test your camera animation. Still no parallax? That's because pan and zoom in animations don't change the position of the camera. Instead, use truck or dolly in or out to create a stronger sense of depth. To make a truck animation, position your camera somewhere in the middle. Turn on view navigation with camera. Toggle auto key in. Then use Move the View to position the camera on the side. Next, go to the final frame and use it to move sideways. This will shift the camera position and make the background layers move relative to each other. Much better. Now, as for the dolly animation, same as before, position your camera somewhere in the middle. Exit the camera view, pick the Move tool and select Local Transformation Orientation. With auto keying on, just slide the camera along the forward axis and place it in your start and end points. It is helpful to have a camera preview on the side to see the results in real time. It's that easy. Unlike zoom and pan when the camera is stationary, track and dolly will move the camera position, and this will create the parallax effect we are looking for. You can learn more about the basic camera movement on boards.com. In their blog, 16 types of camera shots and angles. Test it. Now you can see how different layers move with different speeds, creating depth. Trust me, these tricks can cover most of the shots you need for your 2D animation. To add more depth and complexity, consider layering elements like bushes, trees or buildings at varying distances. For movement, animate subtle details like tree branches, leaves falling, butterflies flying or sun rays shifting. These touches make your scene feel dynamic and professional with very little extra work. These are more advanced tricks. Let's keep it simple for now. For more complex camera movement and background, there is a technique called camera mapping or projection mapping. This is when you project your image on a 3D geometry to create even more complex parallax effect. You can check my video about camera mapping on my channel. There you have it, a complete scene with background, camera animation and parallax to make your 2D animation pop. Practice these steps and your project will look studio level in no time. Was this helpful? Let me know in the comments below. Next, we'll dive into effects, rendering and compositing to polish your final output. If you missed the coloring video, go watch it. It'll make your coloring process seamless. If you enjoy my videos, support me on Patreon, Gumroad or become a member. That helps a lot. Catch you in the next one.